What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I've got a short little video for you. I just got done watching an awesome upload from Slicey Dicey, where he talked about the knife that broke him, or the knife that essentially took him from someone who has carried a pocket knife to somebody who was into knives, somebody who, suddenly became a knife guy. And I love that. I thought, that's such a great idea, to talk about the moment where you sort of cross the threshold, the point of no return, because it really is just a very slippery slope from there. The moment you start noticing and appreciating, everything about pocket knives, other than just the fact that they are a cutting tool. And I think that's neat. And, anybody who's been watching my channel for a while, you always hear me talk about the ZT-0562. I even did a video about it called the Gateway Folder. I think it was my first 0562 video. Now, you might think that means that was the knife that broke me. Really, the ZT-0562 is what pushed me from a guy who really, really appreciates knives and who's definitely already into knives into, the world of higher end stuff. And that really pushed me over the top. But it wasn't actually my very first, knife that sort of turned me into a knife guy, or the knife that broke me. I have that knife in front of me here. As much as I would love to say that mine was also the Manix 2, that's what Slicey Dicey, talked about on his video. As much as I would love to say that it's the Manix 2, because this is like one of my favorite knives of all time, and it's my current most pocketed EDC, it was not the Manix 2. I'm going to go ahead and reveal this because I'm sure everybody's like, dude, 2 minutes and you're still talking, you're not going to show us. So I'm going to go ahead and get that out here with one hand. Hey, that's not a Benchmade. You're right, it's not. This is my wife's knife, and she keeps it in a Benchmade pouch. I just thought that I'd add some theater to that. This is a Kershaw Blur, specifically the premium S30V version. This was the very first knife that got me into, or turned me into, a knife guy. Unfortunately, this particular Blur was not my very first one. Story about that real quick. This would have been back in 2009. I cannot remember what pushed me. I think my roommate at the time had a really cool pocket knife, and it was very black and tactical and just, very military-esque looking. We all know what I'm kind of describing there, and his was assisted. And I thought, wow, it's got a spring in it. That is awesome, And so I remember going down to Walmart with about, I think I had $60. And I was like, I'm going to buy a really nice, literally, it all happened really fast. I thought, I'm going to buy a really nice pocket knife from Walmart. And they had the black one of this, the original. And it's funny, actually, Slicey Dice, if you watch this, you said at some point you had a knife that, I think it was your CRKT M16. Was that the one you were describing that was black and partially serrated? And you said because everybody has to have done that at least once. Well, guess what? My first Kershaw Blur was from Walmart back when, I think they used to make the basic Kershaw Blur in China or Taiwan, but it was a $55 or $56 Blur that was black DLC coated and partially serrated and had the assisted action. And man, I thought I was the coolest guy in the whole world for having that knife. And little did I know, I actually did choose an excellent folding knife, because to this day, I still think the Kershaw Blur, especially the upgraded S30V version that I've got here, is one of the greatest EDC options and one of the best values you can get for a USA-made knife. But I had that thing, actually, I had it for 1 week and I loved it so much that I bought another one from my dad on Father's Day. And he still has that knife in his truck. Actually, that would have been a great one to use as an example for this video. But as soon as I watched Slicey Dices, I was like, oh my gosh, I've got 2 knives coming that aren't here yet, and I wasn't going to do an upload today, and I thought, what an awesome opportunity to do a video. So I was so pumped to get this out, because I've only talked about the Blur once or twice on my channel, and I really wanted an opportunity to bring it up again. It's really only had one video dedicated entirely to itself. And it was mediocre at best. So it deserves a little more limelight on my channel anyway. But this knife, man, I loved it. And I didn't even know why I liked it, aside from the fact that it had the assisted opening mechanism. But, you know, a super functional blade. You've got a recurve with lots of belly, so this thing just glides through material. Plus, the stock thickness on it's like 0.1. It might even be thinner than that. Very thin stock. The thumb studs are some of my favorite that exist. That little ramp there that allows your thumb to just fall so naturally up against the ridges that are cut there to catch your finger. Plus, you have 6061 T6 aluminum handles with those Track Tech inserts. Open body construction. My wife carries it like this, which bothers me, but that's how she likes it, with tip down. But if you can change it to tip up position if you want, which is fantastic. Ergonomics are great. Overall, it's 8 inches with like a 3.25, 3.4 inch blade, something like that. And it weighs like, I want to say 3.7, 3.8 ounces. I mean, EDC champion right here, obviously. Plus, it's made in the United States. The S30V version runs $84, I think. And the basic version with the I can't remember, it's like 14C28N, is that a steel? 14C28N, correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section. The basic version of this still sells for in the mid $60 range. Oh my gosh, excellent knife. This thing took me over the edge, and it was very reliable. And as I, moved forward with my sort of knife hobby, knife appreciation, my collecting, buying, selling, trading, stuff like that, I always was able to come back to this Blur and think, what an awesome choice. I really chose correctly. It's no wonder that I became fascinated and obsessed, developed a complex, so to speak. Yes, that's a pun on my name. For cutlery, premium cutlery, or just EDC items in general. It's no wonder, because the Blur set such an excellent example to me, and one that it still holds to this day. I would still 100% recommend this knife. If you're new to the world of premium folding knives, holy cow, is the Blur a great one to start with. I love this knife, and I love an opportunity to talk about this. I want to thank Slicey Dicey again for, coming up with this idea of the knife, the whole knife that broke you tag. That's awesome. I would love to see a whole bunch of stuff from other YouTubers, or just anybody down in the comments section, or anywhere. I'd love to find out what it was, the knife that sort of turned everybody over the edge and got them into this world, because it's fascinating, and it's fun to share this kind of stuff. That's what's nice about this community is that everybody's experiences are interesting, and they're all experiences that everybody can learn from, whether you've been doing this for a really, really long time, or whether you're totally new to it. Excellent. Absolutely a fantastic idea. Love this knife. Big fan of it. Big fan of course, USA-made cutlery, especially knives like this that come, at a pretty low cost, in my opinion. So, anyways, that's pretty much it for the video today, guys. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. And if you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like. So check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, then please subscribe to my channel, because there's definitely more coming. Also, if you want to, you can check me out on Instagram at metal_complex with the exact same logo as this channel. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.